Peace and love, it's your girl, Miss Mika. Welcome back to the Soul Rebel Nation station, where my mission is to empower and inspire others to live life passionately with purpose from the soul. Shout out to Walu Childs. She made a post with a Venus retrograde spread earlier today. And because I still have the roofers in my house, I decided that I probably won't be going back to work, and I'm going to do an additional reading for y'all today. Venus retrograde started on the 5th of October, and I believe it's over on November the 15th. I put it in the title. But this is the planet of love, so there's a lot of aspects. Hey, Sapphire. I'm doing a Venus retrograde spread that I saw another reader post on her Instagram earlier today, so I decided to do it because I have roofers in my house, so I don't think I'm going back to my job today. I need to call you, sis. So much has happened. We really need to talk. I don't even know where I'm coming or going at the moment, to be honest with you. But I'm still moving. Are we done?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, just let it dry.
I'll be right back.
Like I said, you got my number in your phone?
Yes.
Yeah, just give me a call if you see it bleeding back through or brown or rain or something.
Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you, fellas. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good day. Thank you, too. Okay. They are done. And I got like 2 hours left in my day job. I really don't want to go back to work, so I don't think I am. I'll see how I feel after this reading. Because I have hair to do this evening, too. So, this is the Venus retrograde spread. I've already pulled cards. Because I wanted to make sure I wrote it down and was a little... I've never done this reading before. Like I said, I saw it on Instagram earlier today. So, it's a 5-card spread. We're going to be talking about where our heart is at. What your subconscious values are, what you no longer value, what you think you value, and how you can best reconnect to what you love and value most. So, the first card that came out for where your heart is at, oh wow, we got the 5 of Cups. So, it looks like your heart is on some past shit. That's what it looked like. I don't really care for this card. I don't. You know what I mean? Because I feel like this is missed opportunities. This is kind of like... But being that it's Venus retrograde, chances are it is going to be on the past. It is going to be past people that come up. Because that's what Venus retrograde is all about. I know a few people that I watched said that it's a bad idea to get married or to sign any type of contracts. I know that's not really typically anything that you're supposed to do during any retrograde. So I don't feel like it's no coincidence that the 5 of Cups came out, which is water sign energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But being that we're in the planet of emotions, and this is, or planet of love, and this is an emotional card, I feel like that's totally confirmative. So where our heart is at the moment is the 5 of Cups. And I'm going to pull clarifiers after I flip them all over. Okay, so the second one is what are your subconscious values? And we have Major Arcana, the Justice card. So subconsciously, we want justice to be served. Our values is about having balance. Our values is about bringing justice, and as well as justice being served in our atmosphere, in our foundation, in our life at the moment. You could very well also have Libra in your chart. But that's where, or what we are subconsciously valuing at the moment. So the third card is what do you no longer value? Why wouldn't you value the wish fulfillment? Because we have the 9 of Cups here. So maybe you are, to me this is kind of being ungrateful for the things that you already have. Or maybe it's just that you do value this, but you want more. Because being at the 9 of Cups, the only thing that's missing is like a happy home life and family and, you know, relationship. So this is what the third card, and it's saying you no longer value, maybe you just no longer value being single. I can understand that. Not necessarily that you don't, you know, value yourself and your singlehood and all those things that fulfill you on an emotional level already. But you may very well just be like, you know what, I understand that I have all these things and I'm blessed to be fulfilled on an emotional level, but I'm missing that 10th cup. So this is what we no longer value at the moment. So what we think we value is the Tower. What the hell? Hi, Lucille. So we have our second major, which is the Tower. And this is what we think we value. I don't know. Like, to me, this is basically valuing something that's not even worth, doesn't have a stable foundation. Or whatever it is that we thought we valued, the universe came in and took it. You know what I mean? And I mean, if this is in regards to a relationship, for instance, you could have very well valued somebody that didn't value you. And the universe was like, okay, like, you know, example, you were about to get married to somebody. And you found out that this person cheated you on the night before the wedding. So this is something that you thought you valued, but the universe was like, nah, you probably shouldn't value somebody that cheats. So they bring the Tower and you walk in, catch this person cheating with your best man. And boom, you know what I mean? It's like, and these are the type of things that could very well occur during the Venus retrograde. Because once again, this is the planet of love that's going on pause. So that's what we think we value. And the fifth card is how you best reconnect to what you love and value the most. And we have another major, and it's the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like karma is going to be served, whether it's during the month of October or not, or during the month of November, because the retrograde runs from the 5th of October to November the 15th. So you just may see things starting to turn out in your favor by the end of November. I'm going to pull clarifiers on all of these, though. Okay? This music sounds a little loud. Let me turn it down. I'm in my Irie mood. I was playing R&B earlier. Okay, so shout out to everybody viewing. Please hit the like. I appreciate y'all. Like I said, I've never done this spread before. Shout out to Walu Childs. I follow her channel, and she does a lot of different spreads. She makes up her own spreads. She has her own little cards, her own affirmation jar. She does a lot of things off the cuff, and I like her for that. She just recently started following my personal and my Soul Rebel Nation page on Instagram. So I saw her post this. Ooh, I dropped cards. Yeah, I just thought I'd go live and do this reading for y'all. Because I don't know about y'all, but this Venus retrograde energy already is like, I've had a lot of things going on in my life on an emotional level. I cried yesterday a couple times just watching TV, which is usually the time that I cry the most. I don't know why, but I do. Okay, so the first card that we have for the Venus retrograde, where your heart is at, we had the 5 of Cups, right? What happened? What happened, Sapphire? Okay, I got 3 cards that flew out. I'm not taking none of them because I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to read what Lucille said, but that sounds like something you need to ask me on a personal reading because I can't even read that. Something about a Scorpio. This isn't a person. I'm not doing Q&As, darling. Yes, I cried yesterday, and it wasn't even... What was I watching? I don't even remember. That's sad. I think I was watching Empire. Yeah, I'm not doing Q&As, baby. This is a retrograde reading. I think I was watching either Empire or This Is Us, which no, it was Empire. It was Empire. Cookie said something that they said a lot that touched me. I'm a musician. I'm an artist. So doing cards is, you know, something outside of my comfort zone. I just started doing this probably about, what, 2012, 2013 when my awakening happened. But before that, I was just straight artist. So a lot that she was saying in the episode I watched, it really made me want to go quit my job and do music full time. And do music. She basically told the girl, holla at me. She said, I see greatness in you. So holla at me when you see it in yourself. With your little day job. I was like, ooh, wait a minute. Are you talking to me or are you talking to her? I was like, basically, that it hit home for me. It was a couple of things during that episode that just made me cry. I don't know. I get real sentimental when I feel like the universe is sending me through a message through television and through music, through songs, and, you know, stuff like that. So, yeah. So, let's see why the Five of Cups is here for where our heart is at. Because apparently we still focus on some shit that emotionally upset us. Three Cups here. Some things that happened in the past. And we may be not recognizing that we still have options available. Why 3 cards keep trying to come out? But maybe I might have to take them. I really feel like I'm shuffling way too much. Why is the 5 of Cups here? Can I get like 1 or 2 cards, Spirit? Not the whole deck. 1 card came out. Okay, so the card that just came out is the 10 of Wands. So wherever your heart is, you're still holding on to a freaking burden. That's what it looks like. You still holding on to, and that's exactly what this 3 of Cups is. I mean, this 5 of Cups, excuse me. I said 3 because you're looking at the 3 that are spilled. So it's like, where your heart is at during this retrograde, it's still reviewing things that didn't work out on an emotional level. You're trying to release, or you're still holding on to these failed relationships, things that did not grow. Because wands are associated with growth, could very well have something to do with a fire sign as well, or you have fire in your chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But being that this came up as a clarifier of the 5 of Cups, is like, emotionally you're holding on to some shit that didn't work out. And you could very well be, you know, carrying these burdens from past relationships that didn't work out. And you need to drop them. Because like I always point out when this card comes up, this person trying to get home. They house all the way in the back, right? Look how far he is from his house. She is from her house. If they continue to hold on to all this these heavy ass wands, it's gonna take them forever to get home. Like, if you release that shit, then you can walk. You know what I mean? If you stop looking down at these cups, look up, turn around, you gonna recognize that you still have other opportunities in love. And if you release these burdens, and I just dropped that card because that's exactly what we need to do. That damn card just fell. I'm not picking it up. We need to drop and release these burdens. That's what you need to recognize during this retrograde. And going back to this is going to give you a reason to. So if you feel like you have to revisit the past, revisit those things that no longer worked out, it's okay to look at it, but don't stay there. Release these burdens at this time. This is the perfect time for you to do it. Okay? So I don't feel like I need to clarify any further on where we're at with our heart, but I want to, just because I don't really particularly like the 10 of Wands. I feel like we definitely, and that card came out during the daily, I believe, too, for Tuesday, October the 9th. So that's definitely in the energy right now. So why is the 10 of Wands here for where our heart's at for the Venus retrograde? I feel like I need to shuffle these cards and doing a lot of sticking. Okay. That one. So we went from the 10 to the 9. This is basically saying the same damn thing. It's like, y'all gotta excuse my extra cloth here. I got a different setup because my phone is on the charger. So this is basically saying that this is the wounded warrior. You still have your guard up because of the, you know, the shit that you've been through. The interrupted phone call, so I gotta go. Hopefully she gets the point and she doesn't call back. I usually put my do not disturb on, but I forgot. So, yeah. So this is pretty much saying, you know, we're focused on things that didn't fulfill us. That's where our heart is. We're looking at the things that broke our heart, in other words. And you're still possibly carrying these burdens or trying to release them because you're still wounded. You still have a guard up. We got wands all over again. We went from the 10 to the 9. So it's like, I mean, if you look at this person, he has a fucking bandage on his head. And he literally has a wall of wands up. So it's like, this situation has you on guard. That's where your heart is at the moment. You may not very well be open to new love or anything at the moment because you're still healing. Signifying with this bandage on his head. And he's looking out. It's like he's defensive. because of the shit that he's already been through. He's tired of holding on to these burdens and looking at the past for real. So moving forward, that's something that we need to do. You may still have a wall up, and if you're still healing, there's nothing wrong with that. But just don't stay there. Release these burdens and take the time that you need to heal your heart, because that's what's basically happening here. But you don't want to miss out on I'm not picking that card up. You don't want to miss out on the opportunities that you have, because like I said in that 5 of Cups, you're looking at the 3 cups that are spilled, but you still have 2 behind you. So if you stand up and turn around, you'll see those cards, or excuse me, those cups. So let's move on to the second card, which is, what are your subconscious values? And the card that came out for that is Major Arcana, the Justice card. Now, this could be associated with a Libra, because the Justice card is associated with Libras. But when I see all this red, all I can think about is root chakra and foundation, stability, finances, and things of that nature. So what your subconscious values at this moment is a stable foundation and victory and justice. So whether this is you having justice served in regards to a relationship, legalities, or you serving the justice yourself, that's what this is about. This is what our subconscious values at the moment. We value justice being served. So if you've been in a situation where somebody placed all the burdens on you, because that's what we got for the first card, you having your wall up because you've been placed with a whole bunch of burdens and your heart's been broken a few times, you want justice to be served. You want things to turn out in your favor. You want the people or the things that didn't, you know, give you that equal give and take, for that to be released. In other words, that's what those 10 wands are about. That's what those 10 wands about. So it's like you want justice to be served in this overburdensome situation, in other words. And yes, you still have your guard up, but subconsciously you want justice to be served, which makes a lot of sense. I can understand that. If anybody else can, please let me know. Alright, so let's see exactly why the Justice card is here. I feel like I need to stand up, but it's kind of hard to, because of the way I got this phone. So why is the Justice card here? What can we clarify as our subconscious values for the Venus retrograde? Trying to see where we're going is what the song said. Ooh, I got 3 cards that flew out. I'm going to take them. Okay, so the first card that came out for the clarifier for justice, which is what we want subconsciously. We have a decision to make. So when it comes to justice, there's a decision that has to be made. It looks like, once again, there's a lot of red in this card. So I feel like this is something in regards to your home life. He has the world in his hands. So it's like you already necessarily don't need nothing in particular, but you have everything that you need, being that he's standing on top of his castle with his world in his hands. So chances are you did release those burdens so that you can get home, right? But now there's a decision to be made. Could very well involve a twin flame, because sometimes this card is involving twin flames and love. But like I said, there's a decision to be made. Are you going to serve justice? Sometimes you have to do that by relinquishing these situations, by walking away. Okay? So there's no coincidence that we have the Justice card in the second card, not the third. 3 cards came out. The second card that came out after the 2 of Wands is the 3 of Pentacles. And Pentacles are associated with earth signs, right? Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. But this card in particular is about legalities. So the Justice card being here, you want justice served. That's what your subconscious values is right now during this retrograde. So if you have any legal documents, maybe you're going through some type of separation, divorce, or something where you have equal share property with somebody or whatever else, you want justice to be served. You want rights to be wrong. This card shows 2 people with legal paperwork in their hand, and they're talking to someone that is an expert. So this is you talking to a mediator. This is you going and talking to a lawyer. This is you going to counseling. This is you doing something dealing with money. So whatever this justice is, I feel like it definitely will be served, but you have a decision to make in regards to this situation. Maybe you have to actually take the steps to bring this justice. Maybe you have to be the one to file the paperwork. And I say that justice is going to be served because the last card that came out is the King of Pentacles. Earth sign energy again. And if you look at this man, this is pretty much the same man from the Two of Wands. To me, this is him standing on the top of his castle with the world in his hands. And this one is him in his castle. I mean, excuse me, outside his castle, in his vineyard. That's the castle in the back right there. So he's looking at his pinnacle. He's focused on his coin. And he's sitting amongst abundance. In a garden full of grapes in abundance. So when it comes to the King of Pentacles, he has everything that he needs. So you're bringing stability back to your foundation. That's why I automatically said with the Justice card when it came up, that something about your foundation, your stability, your finances, because of all this red, this root chakra energy. I didn't know that this Three of Pentacles and this King of Pentacles was going to come out. So there's a decision that needs to be made. I feel like somebody's going to be processing some paperwork or taking somebody to court. So, or already is. If it resonates with anybody, please let me know. So the third card that we have for what you no longer value was the Nine of Cups. And this kind of confused me because this card is about wish fulfillment. Cups are associated with water signs, like I said, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But to me, it's like, all right, wishes, you know what I mean? And once again, he has on a red hat and he has his arms crossed. So it's like he has everything he needs on an emotional level. He's fulfilled. But being that this is the card that came up as the what you no longer value, it's like, to me, he not necessarily is ungrateful for the things that he already has in those other cups. But the 10th cup is like that relationship, that happy home life, that house on the lake under the rainbow. You know what I mean? Because the 10 of Cups card, that's exactly what it shows. So to me, it's like, I'm financially set. I'm the king of, you know what I mean? I'm the King of Pentacles, in other words. I'm financially set. But what I'm missing is that real love, because the situations that I've been through, they've taught me to grow. You know what I mean? They've taught me to, you know, put my guard up against people who might not have my best interest at hand. But I'm still missing something. That's what this Nine of Cups energy is about. So let's see exactly why. Let's do some clarifications on exactly why this card is here. Again, this card is in the position of what you no longer value. So let's see what we have. It's a clarifier for the Nine of Cups. For what you no longer... Whoop. Alright, it's not upside down. So we have the Queen of Cups in the reverse. So maybe it is your emotions. It was like, because the Queen of Cups in the upright, to me, sometimes she can be overly emotional. Sometimes she can just be seriously focused on love. Sometimes emotionally balanced as well. Once again, it's cups, so it can be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. To me, she's focused. You know what I mean? She's focused on her cup. She's focused on what it is that she can bring into her life. Maybe you're feeling a little bit out of balance because you haven't received that. With her being in the reverse, is like you may not be as focused on this cup. But that kind of conflicts with what I just saw, because I feel like that's exactly what you're doing. So maybe you may not feel as balanced as you do in the upright, but you're still focused on love. And maybe you do feel a little sad because you don't have that 10th cup. And he does have his arms folded. Like, you could be very well ungrateful, for real. I didn't even go for it. Some of y'all are being brats. Some of y'all may feel like you're being brats. And I mean, I ain't even gonna front. Just because this energy is like super duper emo for me, I feel kind of like a brat a little bit. But I also feel like, okay, I'm just ready, you know what I mean? I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready for this 10th cup. And I'm kind of sick of focusing on it. So if that makes any sense to y'all, that's what I feel like what these two cards are trying to represent as far as what we no longer value. So let's move on to the 4th card. The 4th card that came up for what we think we value was Major Arcana, the Tower. And to me, when this card comes up, it's like, it was a foundation that wasn't sturdy. It was something that needed to be released, and you weren't trying to release it. So the universe was like, you know, this situation is not for you. There's something better, and I have to destroy it. I'm sorry, but you got to go. So like I said at the beginning, this could very well be a situation where you found out that your partner cheated on you or they lied to you, and you know, it didn't take you looking for it. It was like the universe kind of presented it to you. So both of y'all are thrown out on your asses, and you got to figure it out. You got to make a decision to move forward. So this is coming up with in the position of what you think you value. So you probably thought you valued this relationship, this person, this situation. And Spirit is like, no, you don't. Or they don't value you. And I'm going to show you why. Bam. So, which, when I see the Tower and the 9 of Wands come up, it makes sense to me, because it's like you would have your guard up after experiencing a situation like that. You would have a bandage on your head because you've been thrown out of a burning damn building. So you would need time to heal. So the Tower is here, like I said, for what you think you value. So let's see exactly why Spirit revealed the Tower for us. How are you? Why is the Tower here for Venus retrograde? I feel so weird sitting down, y'all. I stand up during my readings, typically. Okay. Why is the Tower here? I was told to cut one more time. I'll shuffle one more time. Why is the Tower here for what we think we value for Venus retrograde? Oh, that's way too many cards. Come on. Up. I'm taking it. Okay. This card came up as well during the daily. We got the 8 of Pentacles. We got Earth sign energy again. So it's like what you probably value was something you worked extremely hard at. This relationship, something that it could very well be a job that you put entirely too much energy in, and the Tower came in to let you know that this employer don't even fucking value your hard work. So they're gonna fire you from this job. But by them firing you is gonna catapult you into doing what it is that you're actually here to do. You know what I mean? That's the Tower moment. And that's a perfect example for this. It could also very well be that you just put in hard work in a relationship, in the foundation of your household or whatever else, and this person didn't value you. I'm going to pull one more card. Why is the 8 of Pentacles here? For what we think we value. You might think you value the money, but like I said, when it comes to this 9 of Cups, it's like you kind of want relationships right now. You probably have valued the money for a long time. And if you're an Earth sign, you worried about foundation and stability. So chances are you've been working your ass off, but now you like, I need some love in my life. Oh my God, I keep dropping cards, y'all. Hold on. Might as well pick up the other one I dropped. And only one of them flipped up. So that's the one that I'm going to take because I didn't see the other cards. And guess what the card is? The 3 of fucking Swords. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. Hi, Pika, Pika, Pika. Peace. So the 3 of Swords is thinking about things that hurt us in the past. Third-party situations, perhaps. And like I said, that could very well be why that Tower came in. Some of y'all probably did get cheated on before you got married. Or you found out that somebody had you in a third-party situation. I'm fine. How are you? Because this is something that you probably put a lot of work into. Could possibly have spent money on too. If it wasn't for you, you basically, you know, you have to let it go, because the Tower is not going to allow you to stay in that situation. The Tower is going to come in and break that shit down. Thank you. Thank you, Phil. Sometimes I wish I could see y'all. Okay, so for what we think we value, just to recap, we had the Tower that basically told us it is definitely a situation that we didn't value. I feel like somebody didn't value our worth. I feel like there was a situation where you weren't valued, you were undervalued, you put in a lot of hard work, you were dedicated, you put in a lot of time and energy, and it kind of worn you out. If you look at the person's clothes, his clothes is worn as hell. I'm sorry, y'all. Look at his coat. I mean, his coat, shirt, vest, whatever the hell that is torn. He put in a lot of hard work. So whatever the situation is, which had to be something dealing with love, because that's basically what came out. It's like there's definitely, it's an ankh. It's not a cross. I don't wear crosses. But yeah, it was a third party situation or something that definitely broke your heart. Okay? So you may think that you value whatever the situation is, but you don't. Or they don't value you. Because if they did, they wouldn't be breaking your heart and fucking with someone else. That's basically what that's saying. So the fifth card that we have, the fifth and final card for how you can best reconnect to what you love and value the most, was Major Arcana, the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, my necklace is not a cross. It's an ankh. It's an ankh. It's not a cross. That's a circle. Yeah. So the Wheel of Fortune. And I mean, y'all watch the show The Wheel of Fortune, right? It's like karma being served. The wheel is turning in your favor. So you can best reconnect to yourself by recognizing that. By being grateful for the things that you already have in your life, as well as the things that are coming. Because that's exactly how we, you know, gratitude begets more things to be grateful for. So how you can best reconnect to what you love and value most is recognizing that the karma is turning in your favor. The wheel is turning in your favor. And if you focus on that, that's what is going to grow. And that's what you're going to continue to attract and manifest to yourself. So let's see exactly why. I got cards stuck to my elbow. This is just a silly reading, I swear. I'm dropping cards. I definitely feel weird because I'm sitting down. Yeah, it would look like a cross to most people. But people who know what ankhs are, they wouldn't confuse it. Maybe I could get a little closer so you can get a look. I have all kinds of crystals in here. Shout out to my homeboy. Who made this for me? I think Eternal made this for me. Eternal L Bay. He makes copper jewelry out here in Virginia Beach. If you are in the area, visit Conscious Planet in Norfolk, Park Place, Virginia, on Granby Street. I believe it's 28th and Granby. If you're looking for crystals, books, Conscious Planet is the place to go. All right, so why is the Wheel of Fortune here? For what we can best reconnect to, how we can best reconnect to what we love and value the most. Ah, I can't even shuffle. All right. Why is the Wheel of Fortune here, Spirit? Oh. All right, y'all. The Wheel of Fortune is here because we're waiting. We're being told to wait. We got the Three of Wands. We got a lot of Wands energy in this reading as well as the daily that I did today. And once again, Wands are associated with fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But this card in particular, there's a lot of red. Once again, foundation. Your root chakra, your base chakra, your home, your foundation, your stability. The green here representing the heart chakra, your heart space, is also the color of healing. And the blue for the throat chakra, representing speaking your truth. But Wands are associated with growth. This card in particular is about waiting for your ships to come in. If you look close in the back of the card, there's 3 ships coming in. So some of you guys could be dealing with import-export. Some of you guys could be doing some overseas travel. Somebody could be coming to see you from overseas. But this card in particular, being that it came up as a clarifier for the Wheel of Fortune, this is basically us waiting for our karma to be served. Us being in preparation mode. Us recognizing, like I said, when it comes to the Wheel of Fortune, it's like you have to see it to believe it, right? But you also have to stand in that visualization and actually help this manifest. So recognize all the things that you already have to be grateful for. These 9 cups. And if that 10 cup is what you want, it's coming, but you need to wait because it's going to be worth the wait. The wheel is already turning in your fortune. The wheel of fortune is turning in your favor. So there's nothing for you to be doubtful about, which we had the card no doubt today as well. So in regards to what you can do to reconnect with your love and what you value the most, is recognizing that you have everything that you already need at the moment and that there's more to come. So it's going to be worth the wait. All right. So I'm going to quickly recap this because I'm already at 35 minutes. The first card, the initial cards that we have as far as where our heart is at. Some of you guys are focused on some past shit. These 3 cups that spilled, these emotional connections that didn't work out. And you could possibly miss out on an opportunity or 2. Because you still got 2 cups of emotion right here. 2 things that could fulfill you on an emotional basis right behind you. But you're still looking at the past. And being that it's the love planet is in retrograde, it makes perfect sense as to why you're doing that. All of us are going to be doing that. Chances are people are going to come back in from your past to see if you learned the lessons that you were supposed to learn. So you're looking at the past. And what was the second card? And this is definitely a situation that was burdensome because we had the 10 of, I believe we had the 10 of, I don't know. I believe we had the 10 of Wands, y'all. And that's basically talking about us carrying burdens. So to me, it's like whatever the situation was that we're pondering over, that we're looking back over, that we're like, oh, this shit hurt. It did. Oh, he hurt my feelings. She hurt my feelings. She broke my heart. This shit was a burden any damn way. So you need to let it go. You know what I mean? Like, you need to release it so that you can get to your big house in the back, so you can get to your castle. Which the next card that came up was the 9 of Wands, which is about having our guard up and still trying to heal from whatever this situation is. So it's like you've grown weary, but you also know that you have to heal, and you still may have some type of defenses up. That's where our heart is at the moment. So the second card was what are your subconscious values? And our subconscious values was justice, right? So Libra card, but this is us wanting justice to be served, or taking matters into our own hands in order to serve justice. And the clarifiers that we got from that was the 2 of Wands telling us that we have a decision to make in regards to this justice that needs to be served, because we put in a lot of time and dedication and money as well into getting this justice served. And there's forward movement that needs to happen, in other words. So we move on to what we no longer value, right? The third card was what we no longer value, and that was the 9 of Cups, which is emotional fulfillment. So chances are a lot of you may be emotionally fulfilled, but you still feel like there's something missing. That 10th cup, that happy home life, that love life, may be the only thing that's missing. You may have a good foundation when it comes to love with friends and family, and even the things that you love, your passions, your desires, but you do not have that happy home life, that love partner, that equal partner, and that equal partnership. Being that this man has on a red hat, you definitely have a stable foundation. We have a lot of red and a lot of the Queen of Cups in the reverse. So like I said, in the upright, it's like she's focused on this cup. She's focused on this cup. So maybe you're not focused on it as much in the reverse. And being that came up in the reverse, that's kind of a good thing, because it's like when we sit back and we focus on us, that's usually when the universe delivers the love of our life. So maybe you're not as emotional as you have been, or you just not as focused on it, because I look at this card as her focusing on her emotions sometimes. So what you think you may value was the Tower, right? So you think you value a situation that definitely doesn't have a sturdy foundation, and something that's not meant for you. And when the Tower comes up, this is the universe pushing you out on your ass, in other words. Like I said, this could be somebody finding out that somebody cheated on you right before you married them. This could be finding out that your job, you know what I mean, demoted you. And, you know what I mean, promoted somebody that didn't even do the work. You know what I mean? I don't know. Whatever your situation is. But I believe this is definitely involving love, because the next card that came out, Lord, what was the clarifier? I can't remember. Was it the 3? Okay. I believe it was the Three of Swords. So it's like, because of this, it was one more card. I can't remember which one it was. Regardless, this was the final clarifier, which basically is saying that there was a third-party situation, or a situation where you were heartbroken. Somebody didn't communicate well with you and they broke your heart. You know what I mean? They probably put you in a third-party situation. And this is where the Tower is coming in. It's coming in because of this. So you thought you valued something, but this person didn't value you because they broke your heart. So that's the reason why you're still healing and you still have a wall up, but you're deciding to release these burdens. So the fifth card is how we can best reconnect with what we love the most and what we value, right? And I just went over this. It's the Wheel of Fortune. So what we need to know is, after this Mercury retrograde, they go to the last card, not Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde. I forgot to mention those two cards. Venus retrograde is basically telling us that what we want is worth waiting for. So if people from the past come up, things that come up involving money, because what I forgot to mention was this Three of Pentacles, talking about how some of you guys have legal action that's going to have to be taken, but you're already standing in your power with the King of Pentacles. So it's like, even if you have to take somebody to court to get your half or to have justice served, you're going to come out on top. You're the King of Pentacles. So don't even worry about it. Wait for your ships to come in and recognize that the wheel is turning in your favor. Okay? That's the reading that I have, y'all, for the Venus retrograde spread. Shout out to Walu Childs again. I'm going to add her channel in the description box so you guys can check out her reading. She has a lot of different types of readings, so I'm sure she has something for you. I got a piece of candy right here that I'm about to eat. Everything. I'm not used to y'all seeing all of this. So anyways, I appreciate you guys for watching. Don't forget to check out the dailies. If you would like, please don't forget to follow at Soul Rebel Nation on Instagram and Facebook. And if you would like a private to dig deeper into your own specific situation, everything is in the description box. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching and have a good day. Peace.